Gotta get the people to start seeing it. That's why the story.
And now it's just recording for.
Yeah, and I'll throw that on YouTube and then throw it on, because it'll go everywhere. It'll go Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, everywhere a podcast goes. But this is episode 93, 100 podcast. I brought in Cole Bates, professional fucking bullfighter, bull rider, motorcycle rider, like, dude, everything, a little bit of everything, just adrenaline junkie, I feel like, bro.
Yeah.
My first question, because knowing you from high school, bro, I played football with you in La Quinta High School, and you were crazy back then, man. What was your upbringing like, dude? Like, from the beginning, were you just crazy as a kid too? Were you wild?
Well, I'm fourth generation cowboy, so my whole family does rodeo, and I've just always been around those type of people. I mean, I'm pretty mild-mannered compared to the rest of my family.
You're like, it's normal for you.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. I mean, I grew up in Sky Valley over on my parents' ranch, so I was always kind of away from everybody at high school. I did the sports, and then I left and did my other sports extracurricular afterwards.
I would remember you'd leave and you'd go bull riding, and bro, this was high school, man. You're like 16 or whatever, and you're jumping on bulls. Like,
yeah. I mean, were
you fearful at all?
I grew up. I started riding sheep when I was like 4, and then I moved up to calves and steers and junior bulls, and then.
So it's a whole process, slowly.
I guess if somebody just first jumped on the bull and they've never been on anything like that, then you could have that.
It'd be scary.
It could be pretty scary. I mean, my adrenaline pumps for sure, you know. But I mean, I haven't ridden a bull for almost close to a year now, because I've been just really focusing on bullfighting, and my bullfighting's really been taking off.
And what got you into that? What got you that direction?
Well, growing up in practice pins and stuff like that for like bull riding and stuff, we all kind of used to switch off bullfighting and like protecting each other. So I mean, not a lot of people know, like, when they think bullfighting, they think like Spaniard bullfighting. So,
with the little red.
Yeah, what I'm saying is it's like cowboy protection. So we protect the bull riders, you know.
So that's basically when they fall, right? You guys kind of distract the bull,
yeah.
Something like that, keep them from getting stomped out.
Exactly. Yeah. So all the practice pins that we grew up in, we didn't have any bullfighters, so we all were each other's bullfighters, and I just started to just go to the practice pins and not even get on. I would just protect my friends, and then I started messing around and doing freestyle bullfighting, and then that's a whole different aspect. Freestyle bullfighting is it's just me versus the bull, and they're Mexican fighting bulls, and we get judged on a 100-point scale.
That's like the one. Is that where you're rolling over the back of the bull?
Yeah.
Oh my god! What kind of what kind of training are you doing for that? Are you doing like almost like parkour type training, bro? Because I feel like you gotta like.
I'm more like high intensity workouts.
Okay.
I mean, Weston Ratalski is 4-time BFO world champion. He's my coach, and he sends me workouts. He's from Texas. He sends me workouts every day. So pretty much whatever he sends me.
That's what you're working on?
Yeah. I mean, if it's coming from the best in the world, then I know that I'm doing it right, you know?
Yeah.
It's pretty much a lot of cardio, a lot of a lot of slimming exercises. I mean, it's a totally different kind of deal from cage fighting from when I was.
What are you getting graded on, or what are the judges looking for when you're bullfighting?
So, we've got, depending on where you go to fight, sometimes fights will be 45 seconds, sometimes fights will be 60 seconds. The ones that I'm going to be going to are going to be a minute long. So the first 45 seconds is just regular rounds, trying to evade the bull. If the bull's touching you, then you're not going to be getting that much points, but you got to keep the bull engaged. And the last 45 seconds is like considered the bonus round. If you end up getting hit by the bull, it doesn't count against you and stuff like that.
So the last round you're supposed to like be more edgy, like take more risks, kind of.
Yeah, sell the show. That's pretty much what they always say. Like, if you ever watch any of the fights at last 15 seconds, you hear people yell, "Sell the show, sell the show." So like, make a really good fake, do a flip, or just do a really good pass on the bull. So,
what's the travel like? I should say for a bullfighter. Is this a 24/7 like all year round? Are you doing this? Because you said BFO, so I'm guessing bullfighting champion. BFO.
Bullfighters only. So that's what that organization is.
Okay, all right.
Best way I could say it is like the BFO and the UBF are like the two top bullfighting organizations, freestyle bullfighting organizations. And then you have other organizations to where I'm doing like cowboy protection kind of stuff, and that's like the PRCA and the PBR, which I'm trying to get into. That's what I originally was trying to do. And then
I've heard of the PBR. That's like the biggest.
That's the biggest bull riding organization. But my path just kind of took me more towards the freestyle side. I mean, I'm still trying to get my licensing for the PBR and for the PRCA, so I can still protect my buddies and stuff. That's what I
could definitely see why you would go towards the freestyle. Just knowing you, bro, you've always been. I don't know. You've just been a little off the wall, man. A little more off the wall. How do you, I guess, in the moment there when you're getting when you're in the middle of that situation, how do you keep your mind grounded? Like keep you focused on just the situation and not.
It's funny. So I'm probably gonna mention Weston a lot, but he's a big like mentor of mine. And I look up to him a lot. But one of the things that he says is, I can, I will, I must. So no matter what he goes into, he's gonna do it. That's what he always says right before he does it. And when he told me about that, it's kind of like really sunk into me. And I always do that now. Like before I go do something that's really high intensity, I always say like, I can, I will, I must. I can fight bulls. I will fight bulls. I must fight bulls. And it just gets me right in the right mindset. So that's not mine personally. I took that from him, but it's really helped me.
Yeah. And even you're also, I don't know how when the last time you fought was, but you've done MMA as well, right?
Yeah.
Mixed martial arts.
I'm actually a professional MMA fighter as well. So I'm 2-2 as a pro, 6-4 as an amateur.
Bro, you were like Cowboy Cerrone, bro.
Dude, it's so funny that you say that because I actually, Cowboy Cerrone was on our race team this last year at the Mint 400.
No way.
Yeah, he was in our hooligan class.
How was that?
It was cool.
Yeah.
A group of my buddies, they all ride Harleys and they build race bikes and stuff. So they got me into it, and I had a Sporty, and we converted it over into a desert bike, and we went out there and raced in the desert.
Are you always just trying to push yourself, bro? Like, is it
always just... Things just kind of fall in my lap when it comes to that kind of stuff. I don't know.
It's just the people you're kind of around and everything?
I think it's the people that I hang out with, yeah. It's just, all my friends are pretty intense people, and they do crazy stuff.
Do you have any goals from all this? Is there anything you would like to focus on the most if you had a choice?
My bullfighting. Bullfighting is my number one because I feel like that's what I'm best at. I'm a really good freestyle bullfighter, and I feel like I could really take this somewhere. So I'm trying to focus on that, and I want to eventually, when I can't fight anymore, I want to be able to at least teach this stuff, So I want to be able to be known as one of the best in the world. So
and keep that going as long as possible.
Yeah.
We were speaking on it a little before the podcast, and we didn't really get too deep into it, but doing all these wild things, man, have you ever gotten yourself badly injured? Have you ever even, like, gotten a bull stomping on you, bro? Like, have you ever had one of them step on you?
Yeah.
I've seen some of those videos, and they're fucking psycho,
I got this
dude.
scar, like, a couple weeks ago.
Oh, shit.
From the development camp for the BFO.
Oh, damn. Is that from the horn?
That was from the horn, yeah. I went up under my chest protector.
Oh.
But that's just surface, like a scrape kind of thing.
Bro.
I've been stepped on and thrown in the air and stuff, but, like, nothing too major,
Yeah.
I mean, these cuts and stuff like that over my eyes were from cage fighting.
So, like you said, it got under your chest protector. What type of protection are you wearing for bull riding?
So
or bullfighting?
We wear Jones Pro Gear. It's a company that makes the bullfighter vests. I don't know their history exactly, but if I remember correctly, back in the day there wasn't nobody wore vests or anything like that. So it was just kind of like if you wanted to wear some sort of padding, you wore some sort of padding, and then the guy that owns the company now, he started developing these type of vests, and then I should have brought it so then I could show you. But
so now they're pretty normal. Most people do.
It's pretty common to see fighters wearing them now.
That would make sense, so you don't get fucking stabbed with the horn.
Yeah, I mean it protects on my sides and then on the front and on the back. But some of us wear hockey like pads underneath. I just wear like padded shorts. They protect my sides and the front, and then there's like a pad that's on my tailbone, and then I wear my knee braces and then that chest protector.
So kind of protection everywhere a little bit, huh?
Yeah.
When you're just kind of transition, when you're prepping for a fight, bro, what is that preparation like? Like what is your training camp like? Do you have a normal like 8-week training camp, or do you have like what is your average, I don't know, your average steps up to a fight? Your timeline.
Cage fight?
Yes.
Cage fight. Okay.
Cage fight.
So cage fighting.
Transferring to MMA. Sorry for people that are listening.
We're going into cage fighting.
Yeah, I just had to ask.
So normally, what we would do is, I mean, it doesn't always work out this way, but when we could and we had control over it, we wouldn't take any fights any further than 2 months out. So like our first month before the fight was our bulking, and like so we were eating red meats and like stuff that just takes a little bit longer to digest but high in protein kind of stuff.
Okay.
So we would bulk up, and then the last month it would just be white meats and greens and
that's your cut phase?
A bunch of cardio and cut, yeah.
Get out all the carbs and all that shit?
Yeah, no carbs that last month.
What were you fighting at, or what are you fighting at? What weight class?
Welterweight, yeah.
What is that, 175? 170?
Yeah.
And what are you cutting from?
I normally cut from anywhere, I fluctuate anywhere from 195 to 203. So
how do you feel in those last? Do you feel like cutting? Let's say, would you rather there be no cutting in MMA, or would you rather, or it how it is, where everybody cuts and you're not even really like you are? I guess you're fighting at your weight class for that fucking.
It's funny
day.
You say
you know
that
what I'm saying?
Because there are actually a bunch of different studies that they're doing right now. I remember. Actually, one of my last fights, they were starting to actually weigh us again the fight day.
Interesting.
Not anything against us or anything, but they were just trying to do research on like how much people gain after weight cuts and stuff like that.
See what you got back.
Yeah. So.
What were you seeing? Did you see any of that? The stats.
The most I've ever gained after a weigh-in was 18 pounds.
Damn.
It's pretty much water weight, man.
Yeah, because you're just sucking it all out, right?
Yeah.
So when you're just when you're on the scale, you're basically just dehydrated as fuck, no?
Dehydrated, but I mean the last week of our fight, like when I'm getting ready, I'm probably sitting at like 175 to 178.
So it's not too bad of a cut the last week.
My water weight, I cut it really easy. That's like the easiest part of the training camp, but getting to that 175 to 178 is the hardest part, I think. It's just perseverance. That's all.
What's the jump from amateur fighting to pro? Like what in your process? I guess I should say. When did you feel like it was your time to take that next step to professional fighting, or do you even choose? Is it kind of like, all right, your trainer or whatever is like, all right, it's time to? I don't know how that works.
It was kind of like a group choice. I mean, anybody can go do the paperwork and
technically
sign up, because I mean, there's organizations that'll take people that have
trash.
never fought before, and they. I don't want to say trash, but I mean.
Well, I'm just saying, bro.
I'm not gonna say the organization. If
I win a fight, I get beat up, bro. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying.
But in my opinion, the organizations that I've fought for when I became pro, it was more evenly matched fights. You know, than I mean, I've had a couple fights where I've had fighters that I was supposed to fight fall out, and then I end up fighting somebody that
just came in last second.
You know, and I mean, that's shitty. That's shitty to come in the last second because you're ill prepared. Because I've been training for a month and a half to 2 months. I'm ready to rock and roll. You know, you come in 2 weeks.
Exactly, bro. And you're probably coming in immediately into a cut. Like, I got to try to make weight.
Yeah. I mean,
just
most of those guys that are doing that, they're not doing a big weight cut. They're just they're close to that weight as it is already. So then, fight day, I'm already weighing 5 pounds more than them, you know. But I mean, sometimes 5 pounds. It's a game of inches sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But I like fighting as a pro way more than I did as an amateur, just because I don't know, just the fighting against another professional is a lot different than fighting against amateurs. You know, it's just
more intense. Is it more real? Is it
not just that? Like you almost know what they're gonna do, compared to amateurs. They're a little more wild and unpredictable. You know.
Yeah.
It's, but
you could happen to run into Mike Tyson, or you could run into fucking Ronald McDonald or something.
Like everybody says, dude, everybody's got a slugger's chance.
No, yeah, yeah, for sure. Well, you've seen it. I'm sure you've seen it on plenty of those UFC fights, dude. A dude's getting beat up, getting tore up, and then he just swings one, bro, and then guy gets a little too wild, trying to finish the show, and he gets cracked, and then he gets put to sleep. How do you? Are you more stressed out? Are you even stressed when you're in a fight, bro? Because you've dealt with so much, just, I feel like, high intensity situations. You know, you got a fucking bull that is, I don't know how much that weighs, like 700 pounds, 800 pounds coming at you. Like, is a man even that scary?
Yeah.
Or intense?
I mean, the cool thing about cage fighting is you know that you got somebody in there to pull them off you and stop it. You know.
Yeah.
Bull wants to kill you the whole time, though.
Yeah, exactly. So, there's not really a guy that can pull a bull off you.
We all do protect each other, though. All the competitors, like when we're doing freestyle shows and stuff, we're all sitting on the fence, and we're not just there to compete. We're there to protect our brothers too. So, I mean, if one of our guys gets in trouble bullfighting, like, we all jump down and pull the bull off. So
it seems like a big brotherhood, just kind of like, I don't know, somewhat MMA. I know there's a lot of kind of battles or fake whatever, but I feel like that's a big brotherhood, especially when you end up fighting somebody or whatever, man. You guys you just end up having a connection after that, you know?
It's funny because everybody that I've ever fought, like, we're actually good friends now.
Yeah, it just makes sense.
Like, most of the people that like my stuff on Facebook or Instagram stuff are guys that I've fought before. So it's I don't know, when you've been in that situation with somebody and like you've battled with each other, like, it's, I don't know, it's just kind of a brotherhood that you get, you know?
Yeah, and then maybe you guys have gone all the way to the edge, you know? Yeah. You're like, you've done that. You've literally gotten physical with each other.
Especially fights that go the distance and it's left up to the judges. Those are battles that I'll always remember. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
So
those are straight wars, bro. Yeah, what fight team are you under, and what is your I don't know, what's your focus? What is your main martial art?
We're Kihan MMA, and it's actually my brother's gym in Desert Hot Springs.
Okay.
And I mean, I grew up watching my brother fight, so I've always been in the fight world and the rodeo world. It's just been kind of like
it's just been a part of your life?
Yeah, it's been a part of my life.
Interesting.
So my brother has that gym. He's had multiple pro fighters under him. He's an excellent coach. He's actually focusing more on a lot of the pancration and kids fights right now, and he's one of the top ranked schools in the nation for kids fights. My main focus though is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah.
That's.
Have you done any jiu-jitsu matches, jiu-jitsu tournaments?
I've done a few on my earlier years when I was a blue belt, but I haven't done them as a purple belt at all.
Yeah, I started doing jiu-jitsu.
I'm close to getting my brown belt coming up soon. I'm gonna go to. We're affiliates with CSW in Fullerton. It's with Eric Paulson.
Okay.
And he's the one that does all of our coaches training and stuff like that. So I'm going to be going there in August and seeing if I could test for my brown belt.
Yeah, jiu-jitsu, I didn't do it very long, bro, but for the couple months I did it, bro, that was a pretty crazy sport to start learning, you know? Just start seeing.
You got out before you got your qualifier?
Yeah, bro, yeah. I got out real early, bro. I want to go back in, though, honestly. I just got so much going on, I didn't get back in there, but, dude, just the amount of technique and just the different directions you can go from one position is just so crazy, bro. Or the submissions, you know, the way you can put somebody to sleep out of.
I graduated a couple years later than you, but did you end up wrestling at all?
No,
you didn't.
I didn't wrestle. I played.
It's crazy. So you just went into jiu-jitsu after high school, and you're like, I want to try this.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
See, I wrestled all through high school, so it was kind of like
it was easy, a stepping stone,
kind of a little easier transition for me. I feel like I would say easy because I mean, there's a lot of
Jesus, bro, and you wrestled. I forgot you wrestled,
I did track too, bro.
You are just.
I did track too.
You never. Did you ever at any point feel like you needed to take a break? Was there ever a time where you're like, Jesus, bro, I need to just, or is it just too fun? Like, are you just enjoying yourself and just enjoying life?
I mean, growing up, my family's always been on the go. I mean, we've been all over the United States, so yeah. I'm always used to traveling and going places. Just that's kind of what I'm used to. So, I mean. Like in high school, what I would do is, whether I was doing football, wrestling, or track practice after school, after that practice, I would go either to Norco to do bull riding practice, or I would drive up to Yucca Valley to do calf roping practice, or I'd go down to Winchester to do steer wrestling practice. So
oh my god, that's how I felt just on the football field watching you. I think what made you so scary was your just drive, bro. Like your grind. You were willing to just keep a pressure on everybody, and you wouldn't stop, you know. And that's probably, like you said, you're always on the move. Like you never were tired, and if you were tired, you didn't give a fuck, you know. Like it didn't bother you.
You gotta remember the guys that were on the team with me. Though
you went against some savages,
like Navali and Sean and all them. Those guys were animals, and
they were real football players, man.
All those guys that were in my class, we all pushed each other really well. So I think that's what, honestly, those guys I think are what helped develop me. To, like become an athlete like I am today, just because.
You guys just built I don't know. You guys built
yeah, it's cool. It's cool seeing them now though too, because I mean everybody's still in pretty decent shape and everything too, and they're all starting their own families too and stuff like that.
Yeah. It was cool seeing Navali, bro. Seeing Navali just, you know, prosper. You know, killed it at Colorado State, went to the military. And
I was so proud when he went to Colorado State. I was in there when he got to sign for that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was super cool.
Yeah, man.
There was a little group of us that were able to go up there and.
Oh, that's legit.
That was cool.
Where did you end up playing college football at, and how long?
Just College of the Desert.
Yeah.
I only played for one season. Yeah.
Did you like it?
I loved it. I really did. Yeah. It was a lot of fun. I played middle linebacker.
Middle linebacker?
Yeah.
Savage, bro.
It was kind of a different step for me because, I mean, I played nose guard in high school and tight end.
Yeah.
But I was too small to be on the line at COD because, I mean, there was a bunch of Samoans and Alaskan boys that we had.
Well, bro, you were literally like the skinniest nose guard I've ever seen, but the fastest.
Fast.
You put the spin move on everybody, bro.
I averaged 3.5 sacks a game, bro.
3.5 sacks a game?
Yeah, that was my average.
Man,
that was quick. But I mean, you can get away with that kind of stuff in high school. But when you get into college ball, you're going to get snappers that are like, they're ready for those quick boys, you know?
Yeah.
They're going to hold my skinny ass.
They're going to lay your ass
out. Put me in the dirt.
Yeah, they'll get one arm on you, bro. And what? Because I didn't wrestle, and all I heard was how hard the preparation was for wrestling matches or even just wrestling practice. What were your thoughts on that? Like, when you were in wrestling, was that your toughest preparation, I guess? Because I would see those guys running miles and shit.
Honestly, man, we had some really good coaches at La Quinta.
Yes.
For all sports.
I think sorry to interrupt you. I think Armstrong did not get enough love. You know, after you know what he just didn't get enough love for how much he did for the the football program and the school in general. Because after he left, bro, it kind of went.
Coach Armstrong was like a dad to everybody, you know, like
bro.
He put you in your place, and like he developed all of us as men.
Exactly.
I think Tom Jenkins, Coach Jenkins, he was one of the.
He was a great man too.
Oh man, absolutely. God bless him. I mean, Coach Shipley, he was my track coach, and he went on to Shadow Hills. He was an amazing coach too. I don't know if you remember him.
I do remember him. He was never my coach, but I heard a lot of good things about that guy.
Yeah. Man, Coach Brown was my tight end coach too.
Coach Brown, I miss that guy, bro.
Yeah, God bless him too, man. Like, I can't believe some of them are gone now, but those men made us into men. So I think that's
yeah, man. I think that's a good point, bro. It wasn't even the preparation; it was the coaches, because that's a huge deal. I don't think a lot of coaches get love, good coaches, because it takes that, man. Where especially as teenagers, you're kind of weak, you know. Like in your brain, you're really mentally weak, you know.
Makes us focus on what's true in our heart. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
So.
Yeah, bro. That's a tough lesson, man. Watching the people you love pass away, bro, or move on to the next life, man. You realize how short life can be.
The only thing that you can do is just carry on their memory and just carry on what they taught you.
Yeah.
That's all you can do, and never forget them.
That's it. Yeah, man. What's your big goal, man? Do you have any big goals the next 5-10 years? Just take the bullfighting, see where it goes. Take the MMA, see where it goes, and just kind of go with the flow.
I wanna right now for the MMA. The money's not in it for professionals right now. Like if you're not in the UFC, I mean, even some of the guys in the UFC, they're not making dirt.
Bro, they're making some bro.
So I mean,
I can't believe they're in the UFC. Like you're the top organization. You're making like 5-5 or 10-10 or whatever the fuck, bro.
It's not just that though. You gotta
pay your coaches and shit.
You gotta be able. Yeah, I was gonna say you gotta pay your coaches. You gotta pay if you have an agent or anything like that. You gotta pay onto that too. But I mean, it's the way you sell yourself too. So it's all a marketing thing. You got to be marketable, and you got to be a good fighter. So I believe I'm a good fighter, but right now, especially when COVID hit, there's really no money in it for any of the other organizations right now.
Yeah.
I believe within the next 4 to 5 years, the money's going to start coming back, and then that's when I can go back into cage fighting. But right now, I'm really, really loving bullfighting, and I think I can win a world title as a bullfighter. I mean, I've won a professional title.
How many people are you competing against as a bullfighter if you're trying to go for the national championship?
Depends on which. Well, right now, so like the BFO, there's 25 of us on the roster for the bullfighters only. I don't know about the UBF because I just got invited to the UBF as like a fill-in for these first two. But like my main organization that I fight for is the bullfighters only.
How do you get invited to it, or what do you have to do to get?
I got invited by going to the development camps. I went to 2 different development camps, and the first one I went to, I ended up. They give out 3 awards. I got the Heart and Hustle Award at the first development camp, and then the second development camp, I got the Most Valuable Athlete Award. And then there at the development camp, they told me that I was going to be invited. So it was an honor.
That's
I mean,
fucking cool, man.
If you guys want to see me in tears, go to the Bullfighters Only Instagram page because they posted a little tiny snippet of what like me thanking everybody because I had to do like a little speech when they gave me the.
And there's only 25 people on the roster.
On the roster, yeah. There was about 15 of us at the development camp, and at that time I was the only one that got invited. So
wow.
It's pretty hard to get onto, but I mean, if any one of those guys at the development camp, they could be invited at any time. Because I mean, especially this last one I went to, they were some real athletes.
What are you guys doing when you're in the development camp? How are they like testing you guys? How are they? I don't know.
Just going over different techniques.
Is this like a fucking combine? Like a
yeah. It's like the best way you can put it right there for bullfighters. That's exactly what it is. So they do everything from getting us ready in the gym showing us how to properly prepare for bullfighting in the gym, and then we go to the arena and we work on foot drills and stuff like that with just dummies. And after we do the dummy drills, the next day we'll go back to the arena, or we'll go back to the gym, and then we'll go back and do the dummy drills again. And then after that, we'll do live cattle. And live cattle, they normally start out with heifers, smaller cattle, and then after that, the following day is when they normally move up to the bigger cattle, the stags and the actual bulls. So
and just kind of see how you do every day. And
yeah, I mean, out of all, I think we had 15 or 16 of us this last development camp. Out of all of us, only 6 of us made it all the way through to the end. Like, everybody was there at the last day, but they either got messed up or tweaked or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, only 6 of us were able to finish through the development camp. So it was.
That's kind of crazy, actually. So only a third of the people basically were able to finish it.
Yeah, but I mean.
Is there fucking a Navy SEAL training or something? I'm just kidding.
I wouldn't say that. Shit, those guys go through some real shit right
Hey,
now.
what's up? Infamous Impact. Who is that, bro? What's good, bro? I don't know who that is, but they keep writing something. Pop Princess, what's good? Man, that's crazy, bro. What type of training are you doing in the weight room for bullfighting?
So for the development camps, we normally they try to kill us on the first day. They try to take our legs away because they
want to see who's really ready to go.
They want to see our heart. That's exactly what they want. So
they want to see who's gonna be able to handle getting stabbed by a bull and keep going.
Well, they tip the bulls too. So it's about like you can still get scraped and stepped on and stuff like that by the horns, and I mean.
But they're not sharp at the end.
You could absolutely get gored, but I mean they're, I think a $50 size they cut them to, or a nickel size. I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they normally shave them down, and it's nothing crazy. It's like clipping your toenails, guys. Don't.
I know, right?
Don't get all crazy.
I've seen when they change the horseshoes, bro.
Like my dad's a horseshoer.
That looks crazy.
Yeah,
and then the horseshoe doesn't the horse doesn't give a fuck, obviously. So it obviously doesn't hurt, but it looks crazy, bro. The way they're cutting it up. It's just like a toenail, right?
They just have one toenail. That's all.
One huge ass toenail.
That's it.
That's
just like how you have that little white line on the tip of your finger where you know
where to cut,
where to clip to. If you clip further, you're gonna bleed.
Yes.
It's the same thing with them. Yeah. And then you got to flatten them out and make sure that the shoe's nice and smooth and flat and the correct size. And then there's special nails that they nail on. When they nail on, they come out to the side, and then you twist them off and clamp them down.
So it kind of keeps it in.
And then you rasp the hoof to make it like nice and smooth. And
so it doesn't get caught or anything.
Yeah, keep the hoof healthy too. It's just like
you're getting a pedicure or some shit.
Yeah, pedicure
without the nails.
Yeah, crystal gel for your nail.
Bro, hey, so you grew your dad's a horseshoer, like you just said. So you just grew up like on a farm and shit? Did you just grow up like horses, just full on?
I grew up with horses and bulls and
so you were just
dogs.
You were working hard from day one, bro? Were you out there just fucking whatever, pulling hay and fucking picking up shit from like being a little kid, bro? Like were you
just like normal ranch kid life, you know? We have chores just like everybody else has chores.
Yeah, everybody else has chores, but I feel like ranch life.
You guys,
you're a little more
you're picking up dog poop. I'm picking up horse poop. It's the same thing.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
it's not like child labor, you know. It's not like
not that it's child labor. I just feel like
parents are out there whipping our backs. Like
no, I just feel like growing up
keep on digging.
I just feel like growing up on a farm.
I don't dig anymore, Poppy.
Nah, not like that. Not child slavery, bro. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that just growing up on a farm, man. Obviously, you got to be a little tougher. I feel like, or growing up out a little. I don't know, just dealing with more wild animals and shit. You gotta be more prepared, I guess, for real life. But if you're dealing with a horse and shit, it's a little more intense than dealing with a dog.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the same kind of thing. Like growing up with a dog, you know what a dog's mannerisms are, right?
Yeah.
Same thing with a horse. You know, you grow up with horses, you learn their mannerisms. You know how to act around them. You know how to walk around them. You know, it's the same kind of thing. It's just different world you grow up in. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, would you being a dad, bro. You have your 1-year-old.
Yeah.
What would you think of your son if he was bullfighting or bull riding? Is there a part of you that would be nervous and like feel scared of letting him do something like that, or playing tackle football, for example, just because of the science behind?
Deep down, my son is probably one of the biggest things that drives me to make me want to set a path for him. So if he wants to follow my path, then it's absolutely open to him. But I mean, if he decides to go do something else, then I'm gonna support him in whatever he decides to do.
That's great, also.
I mean, that's exactly what my dad did. My dad set a good path for me, and I decided to follow down and continue on the rodeo career, and I found my own path within the rodeo world. And
yeah, that's a tough thing. That's a tough balance, because obviously you want to protect your kids and keep them safe, but in reality, especially as a boy, you got to kind of just you got to let them live, bro, and let them deal with their injuries.
Yeah, my mom and my dad, they were always out there pushing me, whatever I decided to do. Like they were like, all right, let's go do it. You know? So,
yeah.
I mean, they never said, no, it's too dangerous or none of that stuff. You know, they were just all like, all right, well, if you want to do it, let's go do it.
Speaking on being too dangerous, bro, before I close up this part, let me make sure this thing's still recording. Before I close this shit up, bro, I wanted to give you something. I don't know if you ever heard of DB Cooper. Have you ever heard of DB Cooper?
Yeah.
DB Cooper. I got this card from these guys I collect heavy trading cards. And DB Cooper is the guy that, I don't know, he's still, right here. $200,000
jumped out of
a plane and skydived out of a plane, and they'd never found him again. So I just got this from Heavy Trading Cards. It came in today, bro. I just wanted to give it to you. Just because I feel like, I don't know, man. You just remind me of him. You're just a crazy dude. You're always pushing it. And I don't know, bro.
Cool.
I was, even in high school, man, I looked up to you. You were just always grinding, bro. Always taking it 100%.
Y'all don't give yourself enough credit, though.
I don't know, man. As soon as you guys left, we were definitely not as good, bro. So.
Hey, you guys had some pretty tough guys, though, man.
Yeah. We were all right, but episode 93, I'm out. I'm going to close it out. Let me close out this video
nice
first.
to see y'all.
Yeah, bro. Close out this.